Hey, Kim. we really don't hate each other. That was a lie. But we finally did meet, so now we can stop talking about it. Surprise, and welcome to my truck. My name is Roy. I'm a home cook, an amateur baker, and I'm here on this channel typically sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Now today I'm making a surprise visit from the truck, and I did say I would try to do them on occasion. I'm going to try for once a month because I think that will give me enough time to think of something to talk about, and I do have something to talk about this time. But first, I'll let you know what's been going on weight-wise since it's been a little while. I'm still hovering around the same. I still lose a little, gain back a little, lose a little. I did lose 1 pound this past week. I'm hoping to keep it going, but you know how it goes. But I was working on my cookbook, and most people who voted, I did a vote on Facebook, and you can let me know down in the comments your thoughts. But initially I was thinking of doing it as separate cookbooks, like main dishes, then desserts. And then I was thinking, well, then, I mean, I don't have a lot of side dishes, but where do they go? Where does this go? So I put it out there and asked what people thought, if they wanted a single cookbook with all of the recipes in it, or if they wanted different types of cookbooks like desserts or main dishes. The overwhelming majority wanted a single cookbook, and many of you did ask about a spiral bound because it's easier to open. However, I'm going through Amazon to print the cookbook, and they don't do spiral bound. So that, at least currently, is not going to be an option. And since it's now going to be all in one cookbook, I had been working on just getting the main dishes done and ready to be put into the cookbook. Now I have to go through all of my desserts, and if you know my channel, you know I have a few. So it is going to be a while before the cookbook comes out. A lot of people have been asking if I have some idea of when it will be. I still have to convert now all of the desserts and get everything compiled, get it all together. So it will be a while. Just bear with me. It will be coming out. But I was working on writing up an introduction, and I'm trying to make sure that you get your money's worth. And I'm doing an introduction, which may or may not be worth your money, but I'm also doing little like kitchen tips and tricks and tools, like things that are essential for the kitchen, ways to alter measurements, like if you need a 1/4 cup, what else does that equal? Replacements for fatter foods in recipes. So I'm trying to make it so that you definitely get your money's worth. But while I was writing my introduction, one of the things that came up was a basic theme that's pretty much been a theme for my whole life, my whole weight loss journey especially. I was realizing that most of my weight loss throughout my life hasn't been for me. And I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but I used to do it for somebody else. I wanted to lose weight so this one would be attracted to me, so this one would be interested in me, or just so I could keep that person, or whatever it is. It was never for myself. I mean, I knew that in instances, but I didn't realize that it was that pervasive throughout my whole life, that typically when I was losing weight, it was to keep someone or to attract someone. And a lot of times it didn't work, but that was my main motivator. And of course, when it didn't work, what did I do? I went right back to eating a little too much to comfort myself. Now, I don't know if any of you have had that same experience, but I did notice that this last time I was losing the weight because of my health issues, because of my ability to move being so hampered already. The extra weight was not helping. So I think that might be why I was able to do it and keep it off, most of it off, for 2 years before I really started to build a little bit back up. Whereas before, once something went wrong in the relationship, or I felt unloved or unappreciated or whatever, there goes the eating to try to comfort me. But I don't have that this time because I'm doing it for myself. So I think that was the biggest takeaway that I got from writing that introduction, is it kind of condensed it all in my head. I don't think I even consciously really thought about it before, that pretty much any time I lost weight, it was never for me. And I'm not talking about having a why necessarily, because I did have a why at that time. My why was to attract someone, to keep someone. But I'm not saying you can't do it with someone else in mind. Like a lot of people I know, they want to do it for their children, for their grandchildren, so that they're still around, so they can participate in things. That is fine, because that's still you at the center of it. Whereas I was putting people first instead of myself. Yes, I was the one who wanted the relationship, but I was doing it just to get somebody else, to make myself seem worthy enough for someone else. And that is not a way to keep weight off. So now that I am doing it for myself, for my health, I've noticed that seems to be the biggest difference in my previous instances, and maybe why I am still trying to lose the weight that I've gained back, the 30 pounds almost that I need to lose. But I think that's one thing we need to look at, is what is the base of why we're doing it. Not just the why, but what's at the root of that why. If it's yourself, even if it's, like I said, for your family because you want to be there, you're still at the center. If someone else is at the center, or something else is at the center, that could be where the problem lies. Because, as I said, once I got derailed from what I wanted and why I was losing the weight, I started gaining it back. That was what I was thinking of. That's what came to mind that I could talk about. And I am on a ride, not just to go shopping, which I do have to go shopping, but I am going to meet one of you subscribers. I am going to meet my pal Judy, that Kim from A Girl and Her Phone has been telling us we have to meet. We live so close together. How have we not met yet? Yada, yada. So we haven't even told Kim that we're meeting. We kind of just, told her, maybe someday. But anyway, we're going to meet at a Starbucks and a Target, because that way we can have a little coffee or what have you, and do a little window shopping. And I did look and saw that they have skinny syrups at this Target. So I'm very excited, because I am almost out and I need some, and they do have pumpkin spice, at least according to their website. So I'm hoping that's correct. But, so I don't use up too much space on my phone, I'm going to end this here and be back in a moment. Okay, so I met with Judy. We had a great time chatting at Starbucks. And then I ran over to BJ's to pick up a few things that I'm not going to show you, because it was mostly like medical stuff. Not medical, but like Flonase and Tylenol and things like that. Nothing thrilling. So I'm not going to show you a grocery haul of the few little things I picked up there. But Judy and I had a nice time. We did a little video clip to send to Kim so that she could finally stop hounding us about not having met. I haven't heard back from Kim yet, so I don't know if she's seen it. She's probably dozing, or who knows what she's doing. But now I'm heading home much later than I expected to be, so I called Paul to warn him that I wouldn't be home till like 6. And I would throw together dinner, but he insisted on ordering something because he didn't want me stressing, because he knows how I am. So I don't know what I'm going to be getting. I told him to use his judgment. He knows what I like depending on where we go. So of course he immediately said, oh, so you want fish and shrimp? And if you know me, you know that's not what I want. But anyway, I just wanted to close this out after my pleasant visit with Judy. We chatted for probably like an hour and a half before we roamed around the store. And they did not have they did have skinny syrups, but they had the small bottles, and those were $4.99. So I said, oh, no thanks. Went to BJ's, went across the street to Marshall's, and found not skinny syrups, but I found 2 different ones. I don't know how they'll be. I'm hoping that they're good. One was a salted caramel. I don't know the brand. I don't know the brand of the other one, but it was pumpkin spice. And if you know me, anything pumpkin spice, hopefully, is nice. So we'll see how those are. But I guess that's about it. So I hope that you enjoyed your little surprise of my truck talk today. And see, I do have something to talk about on occasion. I just can't do it all the time. So we'll figure on these probably being monthly. That way I'm sure I'll find something to talk about within that month, like I did this time, working on the cookbook. But again, comment down below if you're one of those who thinks one cookbook is the best idea, or if you'd prefer separate. I was thinking I could do one cookbook, and then for those who want separate ones, I could split those main dish and desserts after the fact. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. And I don't know, just do the usual. Like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that notification bell for the next time I upload any sort of video, such as this one that just came up on a whim because I was going on a trip to visit a subscriber. And don't forget to check out the description box for, all the usual things. I don't want to bore you with all the details. Go check out the description box. You know what's down there. And I guess until next time, bye.